Late at night, when the day's activities had drawn to a close and most had left work, a sudden and unexpected announcement stunned the nation. A state of emergency was declared by the president, catching not just citizens but even high-ranking officials within the Ministry of National Defense and the Joint Chiefs of Staff off guard. It wasn't until a live broadcast aired the president's announcement that the gravity of the situation became apparent. Shortly after the broadcast, the Ministry of National Defense issued an official statement, approximately 20 minutes later. Among the reports that quickly surfaced, one claimed that the defense minister had recommended the declaration of martial law to the president. Furthermore, it was reported that the defense minister had suggested the appointment of the Army Chief of Staff, Park Soo, as the martial law commander, deviating from the usual protocol, where the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff assumes such a role. This deviation raised many questions, especially given that the current chairman of the Joint Chiefs is from the Navy, not the Army. Analysts speculate this choice might have been made to strengthen control under a more unified Army leadership. The situation has striking similarities to a controversial 2017 document, outlining a potential military intervention under martial law, adding to the public's concern. Meanwhile, scenes outside the National Assembly and around Yongsan, where the presidential office is located, are growing tense as large crowds gather. Citizens are emphasizing the importance of peaceful resolution, determined to protect democracy without resorting to violence. For this to succeed, both the protesters and the military and police forces deployed must exercise restraint. The actions of these forces could determine whether this crisis escalates into violence or is resolved peacefully. Questions also loom over the timing of recent military promotions, which were unusually delayed this year. Normally, senior appointments within the armed forces occur in November. But this year's delays have fueled speculation about whether preparations for this emergency declaration influenced the timing. Could this have been part of a broader strategy to align military leadership for swift implementation of martial law? The president, in his speech, painted a dire picture of the current state of affairs. Citing unprecedented challenges to the government and the nation's stability, he accused opposition forces of paralyzing state functions through repeated impeachment attempts and financial mismanagement. He pointed to significant budget cuts targeting key areas like disaster relief, youth employment, and defense spending, alleging these actions endangered national security and public welfare. Describing the situation as a direct threat to South Korea's democratic order, the president framed the emergency declaration as a necessary measure to safeguard the country from collapse. He vowed to eliminate what he called anti-state forces undermining the republic and promised swift action to restore stability. While he acknowledged the inconvenience this might bring to citizens, he assured the public that efforts would be made to minimize disruptions and preserve the core values of freedom and democracy. The nation now waits with bated breath. The declaration of martial law marks a turning point in South Korea's modern history, and its implications are profound. Will the leadership's actions restore order and strengthen the country, or will this lead to deeper divisions and unrest? The answer lies in the days ahead, as the world watches. South Korea navigate one of its most significant democratic challenges in recent memory.